my van, Bubbles. She's a 2019 NV200, and I bought her in August of 21, and we've shared quite a few little adventures. I tried to use what I have around the house, and I have just taken a regular spring rod up here, and it's up. I was able to expand it and hung it with these type of hooks. I'm a big thrifter, and I got this brand new market umbrella at my favorite thrift store for $15.
Yes.
And I have a roof rack on my top, so I have just taken bungees and bungeed it here, and then I couldn't fit that onto here, so I took my spring clamp and clamped that there. Is it considered a commercial vehicle? This particular model did not have a roof rack, but there are things that I want to carry with me that would not fit on the inside, so I started with the roof rack. I'm not sure. The company, I got it off of Walmart.com.
And what all do you usually keep up there?
Well, I've got an inflatable stand-up paddle board, and then I also have a tent that I'm going to be putting up there because there are some campgrounds that don't allow people to sleep in their vans. So we put out a dummy tent, and my dummy tent will be up there.
Right.
This was a commercial van for I don't know who, so there was one of those metal partitions here, and that was the first thing I took out. I still have the wire over the windows, and I was going to take it off, but I thought, you know, that could be neat because I could hang things from here.
Absolutely.
And it helps hold that in. Now, this is something that I just completed actually last week.
Yeah.
This is actually just an old window screen.
For the front window?
For the front window, and I cut it up into strips. These two have got, you're gonna laugh at this, people have gotten rid of their dishwashers, and if you noticed all the insulation around the dishwashers,
Yay.
That's what I've used for installation here and here.
Did you have the fan put in?
Yes, I did. It is a Max Air 6-inch,
Okay.
6-inch fan.
And a lot of times they use those, I understand, in their bathrooms in a bigger rig.
True. And since my van is kind of small, I really didn't want a really big one. And this one does work very well. This is just a crate, but I was able to put 4 gallons of water in here, which helps hold that together. And since this is my only vehicle that I drive, I didn't really want to permanently build anything. I grow a lot of plants, and I'm getting ready to go to market with my plants. So next week, all of this will be out, and it'll be filled with plants.
It'll be a commercial vehicle again.
It'll go back to being a commercial vehicle again.
Okay.
I used to do stained glass work, and this table was built for me to make some side lights. And so when I got the van, I cut it down to size. I cut the legs off and cut part of it off. I'm 5'4", and my bed is exactly 5'4".
There you go.
And so I have it for storage right now. I can put things underneath it. And then I just have a piece of foam up here. I know my cooler just fits right up underneath
Well, that's
here.
good to know, yeah.
And I'm not really sure of what that was. And this worked out just so well. But when you mentioned that, I came in here and I sat, and since I cannot stand up in here, I wanted to be able to sit on my bed and still have space up here. So I actually measured that, and so that's how I figured out how tall my bed should be. My porta potty is up underneath here. All I have to do is stand up, and then I go.
You just transfer over.
Yeah, so I don't really need to stand up when I'm in here.
Yeah, where are you going to go? You going to walk around?
Exactly. This is like my table that I use in my living room for all my catch-all stuff.
Yeah.
But then my potty here, I got this at our Roses. We actually still have Roses here in Florida. So it's actually, and then my potty is just a 3.5 gallon bucket with a lid that I got from Walmart, and I still have another seat, and nobody doesn't know what it is if I ever have company in my van, or I have another place to sit. Now this is like where my table goes. I have another umbrella. I have a beach mat. I just have other things that need to stand up, and this is where my chair goes that I sit outside. It goes in here, and I have another table here that I can use on my, if I'm sitting here at nighttime. And then there's my butane stove is there.
Butane, one burner probably.
Yes, just a one burner.
For one person. That's
Yeah.
a nice little storage area there.
This is a 500 watt Jackery, and its main purpose in life right now is to do my Apra Cool to keep it going. This was just I got it off the free table at one of the meetups that I was at. And it has some pockets here, and I've just got some bags. That's where my keys are on this. And then I got a little fire extinguisher if I need it.
Right.
Yes, everything right here is just really handy. I've got some scissors here, a little brush, the lighter for my butane stove, needle nose pliers if I need them. I even got my headlight if I ever need the light. I got my whistles hanging here.
Do you mostly cook outside?
I do. I don't do it in here.
Right.
Yes.
Even though you have that fan, you still don't do it in there.
No.
I don't blame you. I don't either.
No. Since none of this I want to be permanent, I can take out. I came up with the idea that I could hang this dowel up here. And
What's it hanging from? What do you have it attached to?
Well, now there are things in the van that there was a thing here that I've put a hook into. These are just closet organizers. This is basically all the stuff that I need in the van that is usually here. Towels. These are some of my drinking cups and stuff like that. And what's in here, just my binoculars and whatnot. This has got my fans and whatnot in there. And then this is all of my clothing and my towels,
Down
kitchen
there,
items in there. And then down here on the bottom, just have those things in there.
Right.
But then again, I realize I don't use a lot of this stuff. I use it in my kitchen at home, but I don't really cook a whole lot when I'm on the road because I'm actually trying to escape all of that. I use a lot of canned soup, and I like instant oatmeal for breakfast, and
Simple things.
yeah,
Keeping
simple
it simple.
things I don't really have to cook. I don't like fast food, so normally I will. No, I just don't. And see, in fact, this is my little food thing here, so you can kind of see what my food is. Trail mix, and I've got some cheese and crackers I'm going to do, and
So you kind of snack.
well, yeah, healthy snack. This is my Blue Eddy. It's an AC 180, and it is a 1800 Blue Eddy, 1800 watts. And I use it in conjunction with my Jackery. There are times when I have to charge the Jackery off from this, but then again, all my other appliances I use this for. I've never have ran it down that far, and then when I get home I'll charge it up. I do not have a solar panel for this one, whereas I do for the Jackery. I usually try to get out on my own at least once a month, and then I do come to the meetups frequently. I usually try to only go to one organized meetup a month in the season, and then on my own I will take off at least once or twice a month.
Okay, Lori, let's talk about why you do this.
Well, I'm retired now, and even though I do still have a house and a couple of acres I take care of, there are times I've got to get away from it all, and that's what I do. And so I got this, and like I said, in 21. It was about that time I actually discovered your channel and started. I thought, oh, there's other people that van camp and do stuff like that. And so that's how I got started van camping. Well, I am 68 and proud of it, and I'm glad that I'm still able to do stuff like this because I know people that can't, and we never know when our time is going to be up here. So I'm out trying to live my life the best I can. I'm not going to let my age, discourage me from doing that, though. I'm in pretty good health, but my body's starting to kind of rebuild a little bit being 68, but we're hanging in there doing the best we can, and I love it. We're all just trying to make it in this world, and we just need to go off and do what we want to do. I mean, you set your own limitations. If you say you can't do something, you can't do it. You say, I want to go do that, go do it. And right now, I don't really have any limitations. My body does, but the mind doesn't. You'll experience things and you'll discover things about yourself that you never even knew, because we are much stronger than we actually think we are. and we can do things when you don't really think you can. You know, I mean, women don't give themselves enough credit.
I think they're discovering that. That's part of our new women's movement.
I think so.
Especially for senior women.
I think so.
A new transition in life.
So many different chapters.
And this new one's not been defined real well.
No, it hasn't.
Into senior women and our new movement that we have. We're the baby boomers. Well, I don't know if you still fit into that.
Oh, yeah, I'm a baby boomer.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Well, so we came from that generation of, you know, women's liberation. That was a women's movement. Certainly the suffragettes long before that certainly started it all. But then there was the bra burners, and now they're the van dwellers.
Yep, exactly right.
Those are three major turns in the women's movement, and us baby boomers are out here doing it.
I am so pleasantly pleased when I see a lot of older women out here doing this, because we're not the grandmotherly type. When I was little and think of a grandmother, you think of somebody really old, crunched over, wearing, you know, dowderly clothes and whatnot. But it's great to see. You know, there's such a wide range of women that are doing this. Professional women.
Well, there are penthouses and there are lowly apartments. You can't just say, oh, you live in a hotel or you live in an apartment, so you must be
right
in the slum part. You can't assume that everybody's in the slum part.
That's exactly right.
You're not poor because you live in an apartment just because they're bad apartments. And the same is true of us who travel. There are different economic levels of those who travel.
Yes, you never assume anything.
Right.
That's it. It's all about freedom.
Well, Lori, I thank you so much for showing us around your adventure pod here.
Oh, I certainly appreciate it, Jan, and I want to thank you for introducing me to a lot of this. You know, if I hadn't ran into your channel and meeting you a couple years ago, I probably might not be at one of these meetups. I might be wandering around boondocking myself somewhere, but this definitely has been a big joy in my life now.
Yeah.
I hope more people do it.